Inserted into the original.
Well, hello there, and welcome to a very sexual episode of the weekly Game Huggers question of the day of the week this week. You may have noticed there's someone lurking behind me. That's right. This week we have the one and only, the Dork Father, live on the stream.
Oh, I gotta roll up here.
You can scoot
Hey
out.
guys, how's it going?
See, we can hear you just fine.
Oh, I can hear you. I
Yeah.
can hear
You can hear myself, and we can hear you.
Oh, that's
We've
wonderful.
got a panel of sorts tonight, because not only is Dorkfather and I here, we're going to do the question of the day, which is super exciting.
Yep.
But also we've got hailing from West Bend, Wisconsin, weighing in at 169 pounds.
Hello.
Oh God.
Hi.
Is
Am I too close?
Is that
You're the problem.
garlic? What is that? Oh Jesus.
I hope it's garlic.
It's the superstar Xavier Michaels, who's in the chat and here in real life. We've got everybody tonight. We've got a cast of thousands, because, man alive, I'm so excited to have my best friends Ryan and Jay here tonight.
Hey.
Oh wow, it's like reversed.
It is. Yes. Yes.
You
Jay,
can get
it's
in.
reversed.
You can get in. We'll scoot
If you
over
actually,
a little bit.
if you actually streamed, you would know.
Hashtag burn. Weak
Burn.
Weak burns from Ryan Schwartzman. All right, so what are we doing this week? Yeah, we got a gathering of a gaggle of geese here. What are you trying to do?
What is so? If there's
What are
three
you trying to
dorks-
do?
Okay, so there a single dork is a dork. If there's three dorks, is that
Retro Hitch. Hi.
I don't know.
So
Yeah,
why is there a gathering of us? Well, we decided. Oh God, we've decided this week would be a wonderful time for us to hang out and just chill and just relax for an evening. But then I got this stream, right? So I got this stream thing going on, and I figured I don't want to miss the question of the week, of the day of the question of the
Of the
day of
night.
the week, of the whatever, the nightly question of the day. But
Is it
Three
a
Dorks
party?
is a party
You
of
have
dorks.
No idea.
Yeah, you have
no
no idea. Yeah, but we're 100% completely sober, so I don't know what kind of party this is going to be. But we have the question of the day, and we're going to talk about it live and in person, because I can get your guys' impressions.
Yep.
And we also have callers still. So we're going to be able to listen to callers. We're going to be able to talk amongst ourselves. We'll be able to chat about whatever it is we want to chat about. This stream will most assuredly be the biggest mistake of this channel's life.
I get that. I can see that.
So Ryan,
Yeah.
talk to me, you silly little freak.
Okay.
What is it that you guys did on your stream last night? Because that was a
So-
really good time.
So yeah, for those who don't know, well, first off, I'm the Dork Father in the chat, and then I do my own stream, the Nerdcast, on Wednesday nights. Thank you. Gotta plug that. The
Yeah,
Nerdcast.
it's good. It's very good.
And
It's a good
we
show.
do live. It's like a talk show, and we do segments. Last night we talked about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. We talked about Star Trek. We talked about the musical Star Trek episode.
The episode of Strange
Yep.
New Worlds, that was a musical
Strange
one, right?
New Worlds. We
Did
talked
you
about
play
the
it?
wrestling show coming up
Yeah.
this Saturday.
There's
with
NRW
you two
Pandemonium.
guys.
Yeah, we'll be wrestling on that show. That'll be fun.
Yep. I like to have your ex-wife on
On what?
On
the
what?
stream.
You'd like to, or you
No,
have?
I have.
Oh, you have.
Every other week now. She's
Yeah.
she's pulling in the ratings.
She is pulling in the ratings.
Yeah.
Somebody has to.
Someone has
Right.
to.
Well, then we have our Trisket episode.
The Trisket episode was the ratings,
Yeah,
the
that was
highest
the
rated
ratings.
episode ever.
Yep.
Triscuits.
Triscuits. What's a Trisket?
What the fuck is a
It's
Trisket?
That was great.
But yes, so that's exciting, man.
Yeah, actually, it's a great stream if you want to talk
I'm so
about
glad you're here.
all things nerd.
I'm so glad you're here.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Maybe this
Mister-
is why we're not allowed all three of us in the same room.
I don't know.
But none of us are drunk or high.
Oh, well, we could be. Would you stop it? Stop that. Stop it. Don't touch anything. All right, so that's the Dork Father. Thank you so much for the
thank
introduction.
you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for entertaining me for at least 2 hours before Jay finally decided to show up. So
I knew it.
We had it. We had a good night. It was a
We
good
did.
talk. We talked about all these kids from high school that were mean to us. And now what are we doing? We're laughing at them.
Because they're right outside, ready to whoop our ass.
They're going to whoop our ass. Hey, you fucker, you the one that pissed your knee? I did piss my knee once.
Oh.
So
The lac data needs to be updated.
thanks. So superstar Xavier Michaels, what are you doing this week? You're up in the neck of the woods up here in central Wisconsin, so I assume there must be a wrestling gathering or a wrestling event. Do you want to chat a little bit about that and who you're going to be facing this Saturday?
This Saturday,
5 p.m.
I've never met the guy
I know.
ever.
That's the scariest part. Because what if he's a spot monkey, as they call him?
What?
Oh, Indie-rific?
What if he is?
I don't know if he's Indie-rific or not. Red Lytle if he's watching, loves Indie-rific wrestlers.
Hashtag watch that nose.
He does. He books all Indie-rific.
I know.
But no, he seems nice. His name is Benjamin Trust. I shouldn't say that because I'm breaking kayfabe.
I think you can do that tonight.
It's okay.
He seems like a cool dude. He's from, I think, Indiana.
Really?
And it's for the NRW Breakthrough Championship, which I'm the longest reigning NRW Breakthrough Championship of all time of any civilization ever.
You're also the first.
Well, yeah, and I won it about a month and a half ago. But still, the longest reigning ever.
Longest reigning.
It should be good. It's at what do they call that place?
It's the Central Wisconsin Convention Center.
The old
Expo.
Patriot Center?
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. In the Cedar Creek Mall.
Starts at 5 p.m. Saturday. Mark your calendars. Get
Is
there.
that
5
bell
p.m.
time?
Central.
Yep, that's bell.
No. Yeah, doors open at 4. Bell time is at 5.
Yeah, that was weird on the Facebook event where it said 4 p.m. and I'm like, it's starting at 4?
No, Taylor doesn't know how to do anything.
Ugh.
Would you quit it?
Hi.
Long reign the king.
There's too many things for you to touch around here.
Yeah,
today.
I know.
There's just this little bitty. I have like this much for my elbow here, so it's.
You should remind
wanna switch
you of
spots
the
with Ryan?
04 studio. There's nothing to do anything.
But no, it should be fun. There's like what seven matches.
I think
the
so,
main
yeah.
event is Eugene from WWE,
Yep.
from arguably the last good era of wrestling, in my opinion. Of WWE wrestling.
It depends. Yeah, I was gonna say if you're talking WWE, yeah, certainly there's always good alternatives out there.
But like it's like a who's who list of like really good indie guys.
Yeah,
At the show,
absolutely.
like
TW3.
That's first came to my mind.
Uh,
I didn't say it, but
Ruthie.
I was thinking it.
Up against Ruthie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a good match. You're wrestling a banana, which is definitely not a euphemism for your wiener.
I am going to beat the living shit out of that banana, which I'm so looking forward to. It's the first match that I'm gonna like.
It should be a good time though,
Yeah.
because then afterwards Eugene
Win.
is actually doing a
I was gonna
comedy
say
show.
win.
When
Yeah, Eugene's doing a comedy show. I don't think I'll be there for that, but
And what's his name? Josh, ring announcer Josh Rudin.
Josh Rudens.
He is opening for him because Josh Rudin apparently was a stand-up comic,
That's awesome.
which makes sense. if
Yeah,
you
he's a
know him
funny guy.
personally.
Yeah, yeah,
so
absolutely.
does the ticket
Includes
Yep.
everything.
Everything.
includes everything?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think my
why I
kids
think-
want to stick around.
That's why I think the show's starting early at 5 instead of
Sure,
6 or
that makes
7.
sense then.
Because then it'll be over with. My guess is around 7:38, and then.
If boys stick to their times,
Well, I'm sticking to my times. I'm getting the fuck out of the ring as fast as I can. I'm gonna punch him in the face and win. That's my goal.
squeeze the banana.
Squeeze the banana.
Squeeze it, yeah.
What I do when I squeeze a banana,
Turn it in.
I like to,
Takes it like this.
yeah, you do it from the butthole and you peel it that way,
though
rather than the stem.
This is like rolling a doobie, though.
Doobie. What are we talking, Scooby Dooby?
Yeah, can't talk about that.
Can't talk about cup of coffee for the big time. Cup of coffee for the big time. Cup of coffee, yeah.
Dork father back there.
Cup of coffee for the big
Oh,
time.
look at that. All the viewers just left.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a good
Jesus,
stream.
so-
All right, guys. Well, we had a good run. No, but
Question. Are we going to get to the question of the day, or do you still want to talk
question
about the
of the-
shoe?
Day,
well,
night
we can.
of the week.
There is actually an interesting question of the shoe because I ordered a pair of shoes for my son for school. He's a size 5, and these size 5s didn't fit.
What?
Too small?
Yeah,
Well, I hope they're not too big because that'd be a different.
yeah, they look cool though,
His
don't they?
feet shrunk.
Is
Don't
it?
they look cool?
Oh, those are cool.
Aren't they? They're just
I
too
almost
short
want some.
for.
$10, $10. What's
Stop me out, stop me out. What?
McLaren, we got you for
McLaren,
$10,
$10,
Retro Hitch, $15.
$15.
Sold to Retro
Oh,
Hitch.
the guy with the sombrero. All right, so. Oh, this is such a good idea.
25! All right. How much did you pay for them?
10.
Awesome.
Damn,
no,
next
I-
time. No, you got it. I'll bring them to you. We're going to see each other next Thursday. I'll bring the shoes.
It's kind of funny though, because like I've noticed that you got to pay attention to like American sizes and
Oh,
overseas
absolutely.
sizes.
Especially different companies that have different sizes. Like, oh, these run a little small. There was a shirt that I was looking at on Amazon, and it said we've seen most people your size, which is funny because I must order a lot off Amazon. Would order this in extra large, and I'm like, I've not worn an extra large in like 6 years. So
Right.
like,
What's because of all your muscles?
because I'm all Santa with muscles now. Yeah.
Yes.
What's up, buddy boy?
Hey, bud.
No. So anyway, I got a pair of shoes that are too small, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do, or order some different ones.
Can't you just stretch them? Like that.
Stretch your ass.
Yeah, baby.
All right,
Speaking
so
of high school.
the question of the day, if you guys are ready for
Night
this,
of the week.
we're gonna play a couple calls. I got a couple calls, and I got a cup of coffee for the big time. I got a video.
Oh.
I'll have to set that up though, so you're gonna have to watch me do some ringamajig, eliminate down. What is happening?
Mwah.
Aw, hey Bubbles. Oh, and Ania's here. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey.
Oh, so Thaddeus is here.
He is. It's
You
a
can't
whole
see him
family
right now.
affair now.
It's a family affair.
So Ania, you want to know what the question? Can you tell everybody what the question of the day is today?
I can't have a good question.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna whisper in your ear, and then you tell everybody.
Okay.
Ready? Well,
No.
then you must leave, child.
No.
Get out of this stream. We don't
Please,
want you.
no.
Then let me whisper
What's
the
your
question.
favorite game console?
That was last
That's
week.
actually a really good one. Thank you, sweetie. But the question this week is, who's
No.
your yeah?
But tomorrow. Is that
Well, that's it.
Just tell him what the question is.
what is it again? Who's your favorite video game villain?
Who is your favorite video game villain? What a great question of the day.
That's a
Dad,
great
you
question.
whispered it in my ear.
Stop talking. Okay, so Retro Hitch says, "I love your kid." Aw, she's pretty sweet.
Lol.
Lol, lols.
Dad,
So-
Dad, why did you just whisper the question over the week in my ear?
It's the question of the day, first off, and because I wanted you to say it, so it'd be sweet and adorable.
I wanted to make my own.
Well, maybe next time you can.
You know what?
When you have your own stream, you can make your own soundtrack. Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
All right, so the question of the day is, who is your favorite video game villain? And I would want people to elaborate on that. You know, like sometimes
Yeah.
it's someone who, you know, it's just like, oh, for some reason this character totally resonated with me, and I want to explain why or share a story about it or whatever. So I feel like we've got a couple really good callers who have shared some good stories with us this time. So we're gonna jump into the first caller right away, and then
we'll go from there, yeah.
do I have? Hold on. Do I have? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. This one I have to turn all the way up because you can usually never hear them. So
Who's that? Tag Smasher?
nope. It's ooh, Far Cry 3 Vast. NES, stop
Nice.
whistling. Stop.
Did you know you can cash in your gang hires loot for? Oh, okay, never mind.
NES, come on, let's cut it out.
That's a bot.
It is a bot.
It's a
My
bot.
favorite video
There's a few
game.
bots in my
Can I
chat.
tell you mine?
Okay, Ania, why don't you tell them? Can't wait to see who the real question master is.
It's
Hype.
a simple
Oh.
one. It's
Alright.
Bowser.
Bowser.
Yeah,
Oh, well, that makes sense.
That's alright.
Why is
Nothing wrong.
Bowser your favorite though?
because it's Peach's pet.
But why not Robotnik?
Because why not?
Eggman?
No.
Ganon?
No.
Hmm.
Fezzik?
Hmm.
No.
Gargamel?
Gargamel?
No, it's Bowser.
You know who Fezzik is, don't you?
Yeah,
Fezzik.
Gargamel is?
I can't see.
Gargamel?
This is a family. The robots have taken over.
All right. Okay. Ready? We're going to play our first one, and everyone here, please be quiet because we're going to. It's hard to hear. It's ready?
Yep.
And go.
So, my favorite video game villain
You guys can
in
hear it all, can't
terms of motivation and whatnot is Princess Peach. Obviously, she's quite
you? His
sinister.
favorite.
I mean, there's situations where she'll emotionally blackmail her boyfriend Mario into coming to her castle when she's aware there's danger by saying that I baked a cake for you. And, you know,
Peach
just
always
putting
thinks, "I
someone
baked you a
in
cake. Come here."
absolute
Wow.
danger in doing that. Her learned helplessness and codependence on Mario is a threat to everyone, and it's an absolutely sinister, almost psychological problem that clearly indicates daddy issues.
True.
Nonetheless, Princess Peach is good at racing go-karts, so based on that, she's my favorite video game villain.
She's a villain?
Is that so? He thinks that Princess Peach is the villain because it's a trap, and she's spending time with Bowser to try to entice Mario
Nuh-uh.
No.
to come to
Nuh-uh.
the.
You know that's
I
Women
don't-
are a trap and they are
well,
all
it's
villains.
a theory. It's not. It's just a.
It's a game theory,
Yeah.
like the zip code. I mean, the YouTube channel. Sorry, I didn't mean to
It
squeeze
makes sense though, because she's always in another castle.
She is
Aye, she is
a
always
total
in
villain. That's perfect. I agree.
All
I'm
right,
sorry, but our princess is in another.
all right. So 1 second here, my
well,
friends.
It's definitely.
I have to
don't
do
think
something.
It was meant to be like
Dun, 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 dun. The reason I'm doing this is because I want. Stop it, Anya. I'm doing. How do I do this? Where I add a video, Schwartzman?
Usually it's like a display capture, but
There's display capture right there.
But I don't know
Oh.
if that's how you have yours set up.
Yep, it probably is.
Okay.
So I can just do this real quick, and then
that.
I'll
She's
grab-
always.
Whoa.
That's pretty
Peach
cool.
is such a Bowser fangirl.
Is that what does broadcast? Live?
No, I think it's not. No, I think you're wrong, Schwartzman.
Well, I could.
You say
Well, I
that,
don't know how you
Peach.
have yours set up.
Is that broadcasting live?
Yeah, it is. It's great, isn't it?
Thanks, Schwartzman.
This
Thanks
is
a
like
lot,
that
Schwartzman.
guy I just saw on Newsline 9.
What guy are you talking about? Hold on.
broadcasting live from the court.
I need a file, guys.
People, the game is that
I'm trying to just hold on. I think I know what to do.
See, this is why I do 3 to 4 hours of prep.
Well,
Can
I'm just.
everybody
Oh, I
try
know what
their-
it is. There we go.
Okay.
Can
you
everybody
got it?
try their best
Yeah, I
baby
think so.
voice?
No, I don't want to hear any baby voices.
Why?
There's nothing more annoying than baby voices.
Why? It's cute though.
No, it's not. It's
It
annoying.
is.
You're an annoying child.
No.
Here we go.
Spell your name.
Hey man, I totally forgot. Okay, I'll do one real quick. I'm gonna have to choose Kafka. I'm not sure
I can't
what
hear
it was
the
about him, but he stood out for me, and that's really the only one I can say I could root for because the rest of them, I just didn't give a shit about him. I really didn't. But Kafka pretty much stands out, and I think it's because of the artwork and everything. Because back then you had all the artwork and everything. But anyway, that's my pick. Boring. I know. Bye.
Imagine like right in the middle.
I don't know if that even
Hey,
played
Dad,
the rest
Dad.
of it.
So,
All right.
Retro Hitch,
Dad.
Jay, can I hire you
Dad.
for my break scenes, please? I've asked Jay
Yes.
to do 1,000 things for me on my stream, and all he sends me is outtakes of stuff and makes fun of my voice.
Imagine. Imagine.
Good
just,
luck.
Imagine
Good
in
luck.
just the middle. Imagine
But
in the middle
you-
of the.
I don't know if
thing.
you know this though, Jay. For my end scene now is your outtakes.
Oh really?
I did my little nerdcast where I made a new ending, and it says thanks for watching. You know the nerdcast. Tune in, and then it goes to you doing your outtakes and bloopers that you sent.
The 90,
That's why I do ask though before I
right.
steal them.
The 90 seconds of actual promo compared to the 6 minutes of outtakes.
The
Imagine-
outtakes were
It's
hilarious.
hilarious.
They're
Yeah.
so good.
Imagine
very
in
good.
like the. Imagine in the middle of the video, it just blasted.
So
Hey.
Retro Hitch, he actually probably would do everything
would
for you
definitely.
because he won't do anything for me.
I'd do it for free. Okay, why don't you kids go?
Why don't
do
you guys go
something?
play for a little bit?
Nuh-uh.
Go blow something up or get.
What?
Go outside and get brought home.
You can
by
go
the
to my
police.
house and get lost. I mean, I don't know where
Wait.
my kids are half the time.
Don't do either of those things.
Come
Why
on,
don't you
we
guys?
did it in the 80s.
I want to run the forest. We can
In the
we
forest?
Can we can run around the block. What? In the middle of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running around the block in the middle of the night with the.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, remember when we were
Perfect.
talking about the question of the day?
Yeah.
You remember when we had control of this stream?
Yeah.
Want to go on a
This is
mini
what
walk?
this is what it's like on my stream every night, every time.
Want to go
Every
on
All
a
right.
midnight walk?
All right, kids.
No, but you can stay close to the house and play
You can
outside
go
for a little
outside.
bit. Okay, go.
Just be good.
Stay in the yard,
stay in the
please.
yard.
School, stay in school.
It's a nice big yard.
All right. Peace.
All right, peace, love, and hair grease.
All right.
All right, let's get to the next caller. Smurf-themed intermission. You know, it's this. This works for me. All right.
Daddy's, put your shoes on.
Yeah, they're all right.
When you're talking about video game villains, you gotta talk about the big bad. You gotta talk about Ganon, or Ganondorf, if you want to go with the human form. I just call him Ganon either way, whether he's the pig monster, whether he's in his human form, whether he's the beast that we see in Breath of the Wild, or, you know, the version of him that we find in Tears of the Kingdom. He's a fearsome figure. He's always presented in a really interesting fashion. The fights are always a lot of fun because, of course, he's the final boss. He's Ganon, and I don't think it's any surprise that he would wind up mentioned here in this segment.
You know, and that's one of those that I completely agree with. Ganon's always been the boss of every Zelda game, even when Link to the Past teased like a different bad guy with Aghanim. Remember him? So like, and then just the difference between Ganon and Ganondorf. Now the thing is I'm actually not super familiar with Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Like
I've never played them, but like people just
they're gorgeous and they are like insanely humongous games, and you could spend hundreds and hundreds of hours playing it and doing all these side quests. And now in the newest one, you can build cars and do like all this crazy stuff.
The way people talk about it,
yeah,
honestly, especially the new one where somebody was saying Link takes his shirt off.
What?
Yeah, you can have topless Link in Breath of the Wild too.
Zelda?
Oh, did I say Zelda?
No, you said Link.
Okay. Who'd want to see Zelda topless?
Even Retro Hitch wants to play. Well, I
see the thing with that.
I'm intimidated by open world games that are too much. Like there's just so much to do where it's like, where do you go? Because in real life, when I'm tackling issues and stuff, I make checklists. I make checklists like all over my freaking thing. When I'm like starting my work day, I have checklists throughout the entire day, and that's the only way I can achieve things. And if I look at a giant open canvas and it's like, cool, take that paintbrush and just start drawing something. I look at it and I stare at it and I think about it for hours, and that's what I look at when I'm looking at a game in my library, and it's like, oh, this game is like 10 hours to start it. 10 hours to get to the beginning credits. That's intimidating to me.
Has anybody in the stream, if you have played Breath of the Wild, let us know, but are there like hints of what to do? Because I get where you're coming from. Way back in the day, they had a Star Wars MMO called Galaxies.
Yep. Sure.
But all they did is they dropped you in an outpost, and they didn't give you any direction.
Oh, so that's terrible.
So you could, and there was
But Knights of the Old Republic was pretty open, and you could do whatever you wanted in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, played Eve for 11 years, huh?
Yeah, Eve was a big one.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, like, if they don't give you direction of what to do or where to go, I mean, that's cool that you can explore the world. It's true role-playing, if you think about it. But as a video game, I don't want to sit there for, like, 19 hours just to find the pencil to get out of the locked room. You know what I mean?
Or the match in the haystack, like Beyond Shadowgate.
I think Grand Theft Auto does it really well, where they have the missions you can do, like they're directing you in a certain thing, but then you can go off and do your own thing for a little while, then come back and do missions. Yeah, I think that's
agreed. I think when I think of big open world MMO style games, you know, like EverQuest or World of Warcraft, those kind of things are like, where do you even start? When we tried to play that Phantasy Star Online Neon Genesis, it's just like, I don't even know where to go. But Phantasy Star Online, the original series, is perfect because you're in a hub, and then you get together with a party and you do these missions, and it's just very, you know, you can get lost in those missions certainly, but they're pretty straightforward. You see bad guys, you're going the right way, and you have the map.
That Genesis sucked because we had to get on the same server first of all.
Oh, it was awful.
And then it always dropped us on like opposite ends.
And
of
you just run
map.
for hours to get to each other. That and Destiny. I think Destiny was beautiful with the way that Destiny would set it up.
Hey Duncan, can you please keep an eye on the two little ones?
Yeah, Destiny is a perfect example of that, because that opening city when you're on the tower. Initially, when I saw when I was in the tower, I was like, you can get lost for hours in here because we used to find things to do and just like sliding and getting our cape stuck in the in the ramp or whatever. Like, there's so much to do. Okay, Star Citizen does it really well. No matter what mission you have, something will break and F you over. Red Dead and GTA both do a nice job of pointing you where you need to go. I thought Cyberpunk also did a really good job of pointing you in the right direction, because the storylines would say like, you need to go here. But you don't have to. You can go and do whatever you want. So,
He learned that from me.
you guys gonna behave out there?
Remember, stay in the yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're jumping off the blockbuster digging.
No, you're not.
Oh, we cannot do that.
They were serious?
Yes.
You did say to go burn something, or yes, you can jump off the porch. It's like 1 foot.
Oh my lord!
All right, so let's go to the next caller.
Next thing you know, someone's going to the hospital.
Child Protective Service is getting called on me.
Kids here, I can encourage them and not have any.
All right, who's next?
All right, we'll go. Oh, and that was our good friend Zach Hagenbusher. The first caller, by the way, was Dragon Master Dan, and then there was Bernie, who I couldn't actually hear, so I'll have to listen back to that and hear what Bernie had said. But all right, next caller is the illustrious George Arthur.
What video game villain do I love? That's a super easy answer for me. I would have to go with Revolver Ocelot from the Metal Gear series. And why is he my favorite? I mean, he's just way over the top, especially in Snake Eater. What a very full of himself character, and as he's sitting there being all cocky and spinning his guns and talking smack, you just can't help but love the guy and hate him at the same time. He's such a unique character. You kind of wish he was like an anti-hero, but he's not. He's just a terrible bad guy, but he's real fun to watch and fight against.
Who said that?
George Arthur.
King Arthur? That's King Arthur.
Why isn't Billy Crystal called in a while?
I don't know.
Where is Billy Crystal?
West Bend.
He brings up a good Revolver Ocelot's a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would even go as far to say as all of the villains. Now, not to shit on his opinion, because that's a cool. But like all the villains in that first Metal Gear were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Vulcan Raven, Sniper Wolf with her jacket unbuttoned down to her belly button.
Who was the one who would say, you like to play Symphony of the Night?
Oh, that's Psycho Mantis, where you had you had to plug the controller into the second port so that he didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
If it was in the first player port, you couldn't hurt him because he could read your mind.
Oh.
So then you'd put it in the second port, and then he's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, and before the battle starts, because you know how there's memory cards in PlayStations, he would read your memory card and say, it seems like you spent 7 hours playing Symphony of the Night. And you're just like, what?
And then he'd be like, oh, but you are really bad at Suikoden.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yep.
That is crazy awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then
pretty
he'd
neat
be like,
stuff.
Yeah.
Set your controller on the ground. And he'd put his hands out and like it would vibrate. Did you remember that?
Yeah.
That
was really cool.
That was awesome.
That was some pretty next gen stuff.
Someone was like, hey, we can do this.
That was 90s Konami. Because Konami were fucking wizards.
His character design was creepy as shit. Like he was all emaciated with like a gas mask. And...
Yeah. Yeah.
Good pick, King Arthur.
That is
King Arthur.
Very good pick.
All right, let's go to the next caller. It's our good friend Nathan McLean.
So earlier I was thinking about bosses as villains, and that I don't think that's what you're looking for. You're looking for villains and storylines. And so I always think about I was just a huge shoot 'em ups fan. I was totally into shooters, space shooters and stuff, but sometimes you get like cutscenes like Zero Wing, right? It has like cats, whatever the fuck, and then for me, I'm thinking if I had to choose, because Dr. Kubota from Ordyne, you know what I mean? Like Ordyne, one of my like top 5 favorite PC Engine shooters, right? But then I think like villains. Who sticks out the most? It's got to be. It's definitely from Gyara's for the Mega Drive, right? And I think that the main villain's name was ZZ Badnusty. So that's the only reason I think that villain is my favorite, is because her name is ZZ Badnusty. Badnusty. Miss Jackson, if you're nusty. Sorry.
Far out, man.
Bad Nusty.
I got a contact high.
I already like that guy, and I don't even know him.
He's amazing. He's so fun. He's so fun. All right, he's actually a game. He doesn't develop games, but I believe he does some music and stuff with it, and he does the distributions of Mindwreck games. So a year ago, our really good friend BT Garner passed away, and he had been the main developer of all the Mindwreck games that came out for PC Engine and stuff. And Nathan works with him on the company, and they're still distributing games. So if you want any Mindwreck games, I've actually got a few. I was thinking about doing a PC Engine night and giving away some PC Engine games.
Nice.
So I got a few. We're also going to give away some at Lincoln on August 25th, 26th, and 27th. Please don't touch those. Oh, that little turd. All right. Anyway.
My son will rat everybody out, just saying.
Good for him. You know me. I love my PC. Yeah, I got some Mindwreck games. I can ship them to you, Retro Hitch. I think I got one of each of their games. So, all right. Let's get to the next caller.
Who's this?
This is Captain Coleslaw, also known as Jake.
Galadriel?
Yes.
So, hey Josh, it's Jake. At the risk of sounding like a Final Fantasy VI nerd, I would have said Kefka because I just love his utter goofy craziness and general, evilry. But I'm gonna actually go with one that I view it as it's not necessarily like a bad guy. It's a bad thing. I'm going to go with Lavos from Chrono Trigger.
That's a good one.
Unfortunately, as you may remember from my Super Nintendo, wishing I had been a part of that a little bit earlier, I never beat Chrono Trigger, even any of the recent ports. But Lavos always kicked my butt whenever I fought him. Or it. I don't know if it's a he.
What the fuck?
But I just like the thought of like a world-ending event being a bad guy. I don't know. I just think that's kind of a cool thing. And I think in the same vein, I think Sin from Final Fantasy X is a similar situation where I think it's a super cool, and I never beat that either. I put 80 hours into that game and I just never, finished it.
It's really funny. As you can speed up.
But yeah, I'd say Sin is my runner-up. With Kefka being the obvious if you click on Final Fantasy Homer choice, but to kind of branch out a little bit, as it were. Anyway, you're doing a good job. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you, Jake.
Is he really tired, or do you think something else was good? I didn't understand.
For failing your saving throw versus normal speech.
All right, so that was Jake. He had said Sin from Final Fantasy X and then Lavos from Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
I'm actually not familiar with Chrono Trigger. I've never played through it.
I never beat it, but Sosa and I would stay up late when you were shearing trees with him and play that game.
I do remember that, yep.
When you'd get mad at me and hit me with a super soaker just because I smoked weed out back at your parents' house.
I wasn't. You know what? You didn't just smoke weed. You kept me up all night long.
Yeah, that's right.
So when I got up in the morning and you guys were passed out, I got my revenge with a super soaker. What I didn't tell them, it was filled with urine. Anyway, so...
No wonder I didn't mind it.
Hashtag bro things. So, yes, the Final Fantasy characters, they have so much opportunity for character growth because the games are so long and there's so much involved in them. So that's a great answer. I love the Kefka answer from Final Fantasy IV, Lavos from Chrono Trigger, and then Sin from Final Fantasy X is a great answer because I actually really think that while I was playing Final Fantasy X and the gameplay, it takes place in this world that's basically being... Jesus Christ. H-Balls, Iowa. No, it was fine. You just closed the door. It was just close the door. It was basically a bird hitting the window. The game takes place in this world that's got tons of water, right? So there's like all these islands everywhere, and this massive monster that's an undersea monster keeps coming up, and you have to fight it throughout the entire game, and it is stories tall. And when it comes, it does these splashes and these water attacks that just ruin cities, like city after city. So wherever you're going, it is following you, and as soon as you get close to water, all of a sudden this thing comes up again, and you're like, fuck, I gotta fight it again. And you wind up fighting with this party of everybody, Titus and everybody else. You find out that it's actually controlled by his father, and this whole storyline that Square tried to put together. It's one of those, it reminds me of the first season of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, sure.
Do you remember when you're just constantly being chased?
Yes.
And they just barely make it out by a hair of their chin.
Yep.
And then the next episode, they're found right away, and they're like, fuck. That's what it's like.
The first episode, 33, every 33 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll have to get to the next koala.
Do you want me to host while you take care of that? I can host.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Even if you play the next, or do you guys want to answer the question?
Yeah, I can answer it.
All right, go ahead.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Hello.
I don't. Well, I'm gonna take
We're hijacking.
Take the captain's chair.
Oh, let's see. What can we screw up here?
All right.
Oh, this is nothing like my
I
stream.
don't know. What is this here on his computer screen? Hente? What is Hente?
I think we should open up that one because it looks like he has Australia up. Is he trying to
That is a
learn?
map of Australia.
Yeah, he's gonna try to. Okay. Anyways, all right. My villain, and I'm pretty classic on stuff, and I have video games that I go back to all the time when I'm answering these questions. All right, the pros are on now. Tell me about it. Yeah, he does 2 streams though. Josh is the reason I do my stream. My villain is also a movie villain from Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees, off of the original Nintendo.
Dude,
off of that.
So I remember being excited because in town here, we grew up in the same town. There was
Yep.
a place called Golden Way Video.
Yeah, you went to Golden Way.
You went to Lincoln.
I went to
There was
Lincoln
2.
Video because I could bike to it. Yeah.
Anyway, Friday the 13th was always rented out. So the one time I got it, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be great. The movies are awesome. And then Jason just kicks the fucking snot out of you.
So, well, and I actually bought a Game Genie because I saw that there were cheat codes for the game. It didn't matter. You never won. You said that who won once?
So we have a friend named Bob Kingbone, and he used a Game Genie. It took him like an hour with the Game Genie. But at the end, spoiler, it sucks.
Yeah,
It's
the
just a
ending's
black
not very
screen
good.
with his mask and a knife in it. That says you win.
You win. All that for you win. But I was actually sad when because I sold my Nintendo and upgrade. Anytime I just did the upgrade thing, I never kept all my systems. They basically was like, oh, I'm going to get the next thing. Yeah, you win.
You win.
And
your princess is in another castle.
that was one game I was sad to sell and trade in for an upgrade on there. I put in hundreds of hours. I thought it was an amazing video game because it was so different than other games.
It was ahead of its time, to be honest.
It was.
With you.
It
Because,
was.
like, if you lost accounts, or then they were lost.
Well, and I think Nintendo games at that time too, they were harder. You weren't always guaranteed to win. Whereas now it's like, oh, you can go back and save and come back out, and we'll just go
No,
again.
you're right. And because like I watch the kids play games now.
Yeah.
You know, and they're kind of geared.
Yep.
So that you win, and when they do lose, it's a travesty at our house.
Yeah. Yeah. It's saddening.
That's a good choice though, because
I think
man,
so.
he was hard as balls.
I do have a second one, and because I'm a Dynasty Warriors fan, but I hated when you're playing like the missions, the actual gameplay, not just going out and killing people. And is it Lu Bu?
Lu Bu's.
Lu Bu.
He can eat a
Yeah.
word.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate running into him because I always
Especially
play on hard.
Dynasty Warriors 4. It was when the absolute hardest.
Ugh. Yeah, and I don't play a lot of the same type of games. Like I'm not a big Final Fantasy guy. I've actually never played probably more than a couple hours of any Final Fantasy altogether. And I'm not a video gamer, but you know that.
Right.
But everyone else doesn't know that. I'm a tabletop gamer, so.
Well, the Final Fantasy series was pretty awesome. And Kafka, did Jake bring that one up? Kafka or no?
Yeah, I don't know. No. I played more Samurai Warriors than Dynasty Warriors. Same engine. Yep. I played some Samurai Warriors too. I just didn't play a lot of video games. on things. But Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, it was just something that I could kill a lot of time with in between things.
Well, those games, Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors, those were fun plug-and-play games when you had a bunch of like people together.
Yep.
But
what was yours? Do you want to take the big chair? Or?
I wanted to unveil it with Josh here.
No.
He's indisposed at the moment. Yeah. Maklar. Did Maklar? Is it Marklar? Like in
Maklar.
Maklar. Okay.
Maklar. Oh, Maklar.
Sorry, the English language baffles me at times.
Yeah.
Maklar, which one's your favorite? There's other people in the chat. I mean,
I don't know where all of Josh's stuff is here. I don't want to touch buttons.
I don't want to touch anything because this Henty button with.
Well, and he uses just regular OBS, and I use
there is
Streamlabs.
A Henty button. I don't know what it means.
I don't know. On there, I played. So since he's off doing whatever, I played a lot of Star Wars Rebellion on the computer on the PC.
I remember that.
You ever play that?
No, but I remember you playing that and TIE Fighter.
I lost, and I know everyone has that story, but I literally lost a whole day playing Rebellion where I didn't eat or drink or anything. I just sat down 9 o'clock in the morning, tick, 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 and I was like, oh, I sat down for a little while. I wonder what time it is. 9 p.m.
I did that with
I'm like, holy crap.
Ogre Battle.
Oh, Ogre Battle.
Ogre
yeah.
Battle, in my opinion, is one of the my all-time favorites.
Sure. Yep.
But yeah, I sat down and just the character progression you can have with that game is just amazing.
Yeah, Rebellion was one of those games where you're going around and you're trying to conquer planets.
You get the tentacle from. You're sitting next to the bottom drawer. Maybe it's a freebie.
I'm worried about whatever Josh has around here. I'm not.
Yes, Hitch. Ogre Battle 64 was amazing. And the ending... So I don't know which one I got, because every Ogre Battle, depending on your choices, the ending changes.
Really?
But I got a pretty decent one. I don't want to spoil it if people haven't played it. But yeah, even in the original one for Super Nintendo... There was this meter on the side that would go up and down. That was your reputation meter.
Oh.
So the higher it was, the better ending. However, if it was high, you couldn't get a lot of the cool looking characters. Like a Lich wouldn't join your party if you had a high reputation.
Oh.
It was a freaking cool.
That's
concept.
Awesome. That's kind of that's neat on there.
Yeah.
I like games like that where making decisions alter how the game plays. One of the first games that I played that was on the Nintendo that actually it was almost like more of an RPG, but it was a baseball game, was Base Wars.
I loved Base Wars with the robots.
Yes. But it kept your stats, and if you could build a guy up that didn't die, because if they died, they were gone.
Right.
But if you could build a guy up, man, you could hit hard, you could battle hard. I loved playing that game.
Base Wars was a cool, and I always liked pro wrestling and football, so I never really got into any of the baseball stuff, except for games like that. And, Simulator 1000.
Yep.
Baseball Simulator
I actually played
1000.
a lot of the Maddens on the Super Nintendo.
See, I didn't really do many of the Maddens.
Madden 94. That was my...
Can you imagine getting in the ground floor on that, as an investor? Who would have thought?
Could you imagine getting on the ground floor on a lot of things?
Right.
And going, at one point someone came down, I remember in high school, someone came down and was like, we put a couple $100 into Yahoo, and I'm like, the chocolate drink? Why would you? No, Yahoo.com. I'm like, that's never going to go anywhere.
No, okay, so Hitch, if you like...
Explode, because then you threw it.
Oh, well, don't open it then.
If you like Ogre Battle, Hitch, check out a game called Brainlord.
Brainlord?
So Brainlord is a little-known SNES game. It's similar with the party style to Ogre Battle.
Okay.
But it's all puzzles.
Oh.
And there's very, very, very little fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's all puzzles, moving blocks to get here. But, I don't know, it's...
Madden on Mega Drive, damn, so good. But my personal favorite was Madden on 3DO with 8 players. Really? I never had a 3DO, but that sounds amazing.
Dude, 3DO, because wasn't Samurai Showdown, I think, was on 3DO.
I was very limited until I actually met Josh with different systems that outside of the main ones, I never heard of them. I never heard of a 3DO until Josh.
Well, no.
Never heard of some of these other ones on there. So, man. But 8 players. I remember getting the for the PlayStation 2, getting the little port where you could add players so you could play Raw.
Right.
WWF Raw, and you'd be able to play 4 players on there.
4 like real actual players. At the same time.
We played it at Peruka's. Damn.
I don't think people like that weren't around in our generation understand how
different,
groundbreaking it was to have 4 people in the same room playing the same game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All right, I'm starting to do the dance. I'll be right back. Can you hold the fort?
I don't do well by myself. That's why I have a talk show.
Josh, I
have a talk show with people because I don't do well by myself. Josh is amazing when he does this by himself. No, go ahead, go to the bathroom. The multi-tap, best thing about 3DO was no need. They daisy chained the controller. That is amazing. That is very brilliant. Yeah, I have no idea when it comes to a lot of other systems and all the technology, because like some of them should have been better, but Nintendo just had a better marketing, if you want to call it that, on there. I do. I seem to have been left alone, and so what else could we talk about here? What was some other? So we're gonna go completely off script here, because I got to come up with stuff that we need to talk about. What's some other games that we all have a 3DO at Lincoln? I've actually played a 3DO since. I just don't. I didn't know anything about it when I was younger, and I feel terrible because some of them were great.
Oh, the 3DOs daisy chaining the controllers?
Yeah. Thanks for getting back here as soon as possible.
We will have a 3DO at Lincoln.
I'm excited. I will be at Lincoln Friday night and Saturday.
Okay, Mac,
kids.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was Samurai Showdown not on 3DO, or what system, or was that Neo Geo? All I remember is it looking beautiful in the early 90s. It was like a fighting game. It was like a cartoon fighting game.
Yep. I've always considered the Super Nintendo, and people are gonna go, it was on 3DO. For me, the Super Nintendo was the perfect graphics to controller play. You know?
See, and that is like, I don't know what this is kind
of. And some people might say like PlayStation or Sega Dreamcast was very good too.
Well, I know. So this might be a curveball to what the current topic is. But
I think we're curveballing it until Josh gets back, because we're just holding down the fort.
So I never played a 3DO.
Yep.
I've played it before, but I never owned one, because I'm all about the way a controller feels in my hand.
Oh, yep.
And nothing against the system, because it had great games, beautiful games, but I just didn't like the way it felt.
Okay.
Kind of like, I'm not an Xbox fan because I didn't like the fat.
Oh, the fat controller on the original Xbox. That was hard to get used to.
Especially since, like, I went from being a Nintendo guy to a PlayStation guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. I went from the GameCube. I only had, like, 2 games on the GameCube, and because I didn't like the controller.
Oh.
And then I went to the Xbox. Do you remember this game, playing this at Sunday Night Gaming? Crimson Skies.
I love Crimson Skies.
Crimson Skies. If that does not bring back...
So, what do you guys think? Am I weird?
Jay, sad face. Great control on 3DO, but I know what you mean. You get used to one thing, and I think that's pretty common. Because when you went from the Super Nintendo, and then all of a sudden you go to having like a PlayStation where you got extra buttons, and you're like, what am I training here for?
But see, the weird thing is so the Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah.
The controller looked almost exactly like the Xbox. But I don't know, it was thinner. I did not
it felt
mind
thinner.
The Dreamcast one at all.
It wasn't thick.
Yeah.
It wasn't as thick. Controversial take. I prefer the Gold Star controllers over the Panasonic controllers.
Were those the off-brand ones, Mackler?
I'm gonna guess they were the off-brand. You know, there was what was the big one that always made? I'm not very good at remembering things. I do a lot of prep on myself because my memory is terrible. What was the big one that always made extra controllers, the off-brand? Dreamcast controller is the worst controller ever to be spawned by the devil himself. Retro Hitch, I don't know if Josh is going to allow you on his stream anymore. He might ban you.
It was really getting used to, but one of the best games, write this down. Write this down. One of the best games ever that I played. Elemental Gimmick Gear Egg on Dreamcast.
Really? Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So it's similar to Zelda, where
he knows.
Right. It's all about. Oh, that's Alicia. Why am I agreeing with AI Alicia? She spams me.
Where's everyone else?
No, Egg is like Zelda.
Yeah.
Where there's obviously a quest.
Okay.
But you don't start out with all your equipment. But you're in like this steampunk looking shell that it's like an egg, but it's really steampunk looking.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of puzzle solving. There's a lot of like Zelda killing the baddies, but Egg is a great game. It's like $300 now because it was only out on Dreamcast for like, you know what I mean, like a month.
Yep.
But I loved it. Dreamcast is, in my opinion, an underrated system.
It was. I actually regret not getting one, but I'm very loyal to like one system. I play one system, and that's it. And then I move on.
Right.
And I have PlayStation 4 right now.
Macklar, if you're looking at the Egg stuff, I mean, if you can find a port of it, it is... Hell yeah, I remember Seaman.
Seaman? Tell me about Seaman. I don't remember.
Huh. You were in Boy Scouts, weren't you?
With Peruka. You know, this is a small town. We're from a small town. And when you get to be 45, 44-ish, the circle becomes very small. So... Hi.
What are you guys doing? Playing outside?
We decided to come in.
Oh.
All right, well...
Yeah, you guys crazy. Holy
I
cow.
guess
What do we got going on here?
Hello. Hey.
So Son of Jade, we got Duncan here.
Are you guys gonna do anything? What are you guys doing?
This is what we're doing.
Well, we're gonna... Here, let's go to this next question of the day.
No, I don't...
Podcast. It's the podcast, Duncan. Yeah.
Are you going to hear it? I can't hear it. All right, we're going to play...
Did we do Alex already? No, Thaddeus. Just, I'll tell you what he says.
I don't know what this... No, I don't know what this is. I'm not going to...
I'll do it.
You do it. Because if it breaks, it's on you. See, now it's way over there.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, now you're on the right... Oh.
Hello, Alex here from City with a Point. I've got a new microphone. Hopefully this sounds okay. So the question this week was that what is the bestest or your favorite villain from video games? And as usual, I kind of hemmed and hawed over this one to figure out what the best one could be. And ultimately, I came down to whichever one I picked first. My favorite one has got to be Dr. Neocortex from the Crash Bandicoot series. I love mad scientist, bad guy archetype. I love Dr. Robotnik. I love a lot of like the other kind of evil mad scientists, Albert Wesker and those kind of cats. I mean, I love these bad guys. But Cortex is just this bizarre blend of... He's menacing to a point where you feel good when he gets defeated. It's like, yes, you're a bad guy and it's good that you got your butt kicked. But also, he's so funny to watch. Even when he kind of succeeds, it's still like, oh my goodness, that worked. Your ridiculous plan worked. And that doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's a lot of fun that way. And over the years, I mean, when he started off in the first Crash games, he's very strictly this, caricature of a mad scientist. But he's kind of evolved as a character now over all the various games to be this, goofball with all these other, like, quirks and fears. And, he's got this weird personality and whatnot. And they kept that even through the remasters, which is fabulous. And I just love that. So, I mean, as a character, he's fabulous to watch. I love playing the games where you can actually play as him as a character, because usually his levels are a lot of fun, because he's completely different to how Crash plays. And I think he's fantastic. So that is, without a doubt, my favorite video game bad guy. Really curious to hear what the rest of y'all have for tonight. Hope everybody's having a great night tonight. For those listening later, hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for hearing me out. Have a good one.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah. Retro Hits. Okay, I have Brainlord on my Summer Drive. Will stream that. Jay,
like a Final Fantasy VI nerd, I would have said Kefka because I just love his utter goofy craziness and...
Oh, I don't know. How'd that hit? I have no idea.
So I gotta say, I'm guilty of not playing a ton of Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Wait, Crash Bandicoot?
Dude, this is my show.
Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. I've got a... What are you so upset about, Jay?
He is interrupting my show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am interrupting the show, I guess.
So welcome to the show.
Welcome back.
Welcome
This
back.
is Game Huggers Thursday night Twitch stream. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Joshua. What was Alex's? What did he say was his villain?
Dr. Neo from Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah,
that is a good one. You know what? I never really got into the Crash Bandicoot games too much, though.
I only played a few of them, but wasn't Crash, correct me if I'm wrong, supposed to be Sony's Mario?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And then I think Time Warner. What the fuck? I just got hung up on. Then Time Warner bought it, I think, and then it became like kind of cross-platform. So what he said. But Josh. Wow. All
so
right.
I waited to say mine.
All right, let's
did.
So
do you want to take over again?
You want the captain's
No,
chair?
no, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
So my favorite video game villain of all time is the Oracle from Indigo Prophecies.
Oh, great.
I'm not aware
Great
of.
answer.
So the Oracle, without giving spoilers to people who've not played Indigo Prophecy, it's only on what, PS3?
No, it was on
PS2.
PS2 and Xbox.
So it's only it was only on PS2 and Xbox, but it's a great story if you want to check it out. But
dude, it's an amazing story because you, for 90% of the game, you think you're the villain.
Yep, until you realize it's
every time
the Oracle. But the Oracle, he's a great villain because he has his reasons for why he's doing what he's doing.
Yep.
Because he kind of, I wouldn't say possess you. It's similar to possession. It's kind of like possession.
Much nicer now. I blocked both Butt Pop and Hitch. Oh, jeez, Louise. It makes it fun.
But yeah, no, the Oracle from Indigo Prophecies. It's a scary. It's one of the first games that scared me.
Yeah.
It actually is a very scary game.
It's one of those branching storylines. So whatever you say to people, and then whatever choice you do in a given situation, will branch the storyline.
Yep. It was a really well done game. There was actually moments where our good friend Fame Douglas was playing it, and he showed me a bit of the game, and I was like, I really need to try this. So I played through it, and I started from the beginning. And as he was watching me play, he's like, I didn't see any of this. I didn't see a single thing here because of some of the things you've answered and done differently. And so we went a different way through town. When we were escaping the town, we'd saved different people, interacted with the cops in different ways. He's like, that cop shoots at me every single time I walk past him, but now he's giving you a moment to run because I saved someone in front of him. Like,
wow,
it was crazy.
That's
awesome. The game
awesome.
is really well done, and the opening scene, and I don't want to spoil too much, but the opening scene is scary. Like, it's actually pretty terrifying.
It is.
Because you're just a dude who's out at a diner eating lunch, and he goes to the bathroom, and then he blacks out. And then when you wake up, there's blood everywhere, and it's all over you.
And there's a dead body.
And there's cops outside.
You're like sitting like you're an 85-year-old man. Do I need to get you like?
That's how I sit.
Because I'm trying to squeeze in. Because I don't want to press that hentai button.
Right.
There's no hentai.
No.
button.
Stop lying. Hentai, right?
Right there. Right there. I saw.
But you know what else we brought up?
What?
We brought up Elemental Gimmick Gear.
Yep.
Oh, good one. Oh, that's a
And
really good one.
Retro is going to stream Brainlord.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
I think that's awesome.
Finally, Retro Hitch is playing a good game. Hey,
oh,
he was playing Mario Kart 64 all day today. It was actually really fun watching that. But
dude, that brings back memories.
I like just regular Super Mario Kart.
Wait, no, it was the Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Mario
my
that.
favorite is the Super Nintendo. Well, my favorite is Super Nintendo and then Double Dash on the GameCube.
Double Dash, yeah.
I like 64. But a close second is 8. I really like 8.
Really?
I've never really played 8 much. I have it on the Wii U, and I've just never really put it in.
Well, maybe I should give that a chance. I love Super Mario Kart. I kill people in Super Mario Kart.
8 though deals a lot. Like if you don't know how to drift, you're gonna suck.
Oh, I know how to drift.
Drift's okay.
I'm really good at drifting.
But okay, so for my favorite villain,
I'm gonna. Schwartzman.
So did you do all your?
Schwartzman.
Did you?
Schwartzman.
Who's British Lyle Schwartzman?
British Lyle Schwartzman.
Yeah. SNES Mario Kart gives this old man a headache now, but I do love it. Yeah. I do. I love the original.
I'm so good at it.
So, villains. What's the main villain in Phantasy Star? Dark Fact or Dark?
Oh,
Dark Falls.
Dark Falls.
Dark Falls in Phantasy Star Online was amazing.
That was a good
That was one of the biggest things that they kept all the way through Phantasy Star 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the online series is that you fight Dark Falls.
He was a bitch.
In East Book 1 and 2, the main villain in that game is Dark Fact, and that is like, oh my God, pay the tolls on.
Yeah, is that Xavier Michaels? Nope.
Whoop whoop. It is not Xavier Michaels. It
Nope,
is
not at all.
Superstar Xavier Michaels.
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 Because my heels hurt.
My heels hurt. That was terrible.
It was.
So we'll see ourselves out.
We see ourselves out. There's no one on the stream. That happened like a couple weeks ago.
The kids can.
So, thank you guys so much for taking over there, though. I really did take an important phone call, so it was important.
It's all right. I think we did okay.
You guys did great. You guys are always doing
Well, thank
great.
you.
Thank you so much. It's almost like you've done this before.
I don't think we lost too many people.
I bet you gained a few. I mean, Ron's here now.
Ron!
Yeah.
Whose house? Ron's house.
Alicia, AI Alicia, who is Pay the Toll. He is one of the coolest people that ever walked.
Daddy. Daddy, are we going to see you this Saturday?
Say yes, Pay the Toll.
Say yes. Are we going to see you at NRW Redemption?
See ya.
I can't wait to see this response. Well, no, there were some great, people like villains.
Yeah, for real. Box content incoming.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, there was some good ones. Nathan's was my favorite. When he was
Alex,
just
though, makes me want to play Crash Bandicoot because I really never toyed with it too much.
There's the Insane Trilogy that's on that's on PlayStation right now for free. I think it was one of the Game of the Month. So,
oh, really?
Yep. You can play the original trilogy in HD. In HUD, in HD.
In HD.
In HD.
HD.
In HD.
In HD.
So, what game are you gonna fire up here? Are we gonna just?
We're just talking. We're just chatting. That's what the whole thing said.
Yeah,
it was
we're just chatting tonight. Just chatting. But I do appreciate each and every one of you for calling in. I appreciate so much everyone in the chat.
Yep.
Hey, the Toll, Retro Hitch, Alicia, Buttsbot, Alex from the Marklar faction, the Clan McClar. I'm going to turn on the light back there. Ugh.
Retro Hitch and Maklar, thank you for interacting with us. It makes our job as fill-in host for that dumb son of a gun a lot easier.
If I would have known I had to work, I would have done a little more prep. So.
Good thing I love Josh.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, hey, how you doing, man?
Hey. Doing really well. Hey, I like you too, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I wasn't.
Do you want me to
talking
move?
shit at all.
No, you guys are good.
Oh,
you guys are good. I like this. The way you're sitting right here.
Well, thank you.
It's
I appreciate
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 a.m. I'm happy to bother you both.
Sweetheart.
Don't be mad at me.
Oh God, I love these conversations.
I thought you didn't fold the clothes and just put them on the bed randomly, but
she threw them on the floor.
Thaddeus wanted to go on the top bunk really bad, so you know.
Yes.
Daddy, don't be mad at me.
Daddy, don't be mad at me.
Daddy, don't be mad.
Can you guys pick them back up, please?
Oh.
Good night.
You already did?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
See you,
thank
Retro
guys
Hitch.
So much. Thank you, Retro Hitch. JT will be on your stream. I'll be there Friday. That's my Friday morning when I wake up. And then
Nice and warm.
Thank you. I'm good with. Oh, I guess I do need to kind of crouch down into this, don't I?
Yes, so that you can like.
Hello.
I like how you're gonna. Oh, I was gonna say you're gonna sit down and still be taller than I am.
I'm not, but. Oh my! This is making the hair on my neck stand up. Schwartzman. So.
What else we got to talk about?
I don't know. We could spill the beans on the big announcement.
Oh, big announcement.
Well, go ahead.
Big announcement.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, there's a pretty big rumor going around.
What's that?
That we're gonna move in together.
Is this Three's Company?
Three's Company 2.
Three's Company 2. Because wasn't John Ritter's character gay, and that's why he could live with the two girls?
He wasn't gay.
What?
That was the story.
Yes.
That was the backstory, but he was actually straight.
Right. Yes.
So, who's the straight one?
Well, me.
Oh, okay, so Josh and Jay are gay. That makes sense.
It really doesn't make sense.
It does
None
have
of
big
this
hair.
makes sense.
Yeah, we could move in together. We talked about it. Get a nice house out in the woods somewhere.
Have a sleepover.
7 acres of land.
Ron could be the cuddle bear. This is the weirdest end of a stream ever. But I do want to say once again, thank you to Zach and George and Nathan and
Oh my
Captain
gosh.
Coleslaw and Alex and Dragon Master Dan for calling in today. And yes, that's everybody. And then of course Bernie for sending the video.
Yep.
I don't think I got to his second video, but that's okay.
You can come and sleep over too, Pay the Toll.
Yeah, he's always a fun guy to have for sleepovers and stuff. We're gonna go find someone cool to raid, and then we'll call it an evening unless we got anything else going on, my friends. Look at all of us handsome devils.
Oh, we are so